This presentation covers a two-day tour out of Salzburg, Austria to the small city of Hallstatt, Austria, and Eagle's Nest before returning to Reutlingen. This is a map view of this tour starting in the upper left there at Salzburg. And we're going to come down and go to the far right at Hallstatt, mountain lake area there. Come back along that way and drop off at Eagle's Nest before returning home. Hallstatt, Austria is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Two photos here. The one on the left is the older part of the city, and I placed a red dot there at the city square where most of the activities take place, and you'll see several photos coming up. And on the right is just walking distance below the other one, and I placed a red dot at the accommodations that we had. Hallstatt is absolutely beautiful. In the two photos here, there are two streams of water flowing down to the lake. One of them was about 20 feet wide and 2 feet deep, and the water was crystal clear to the bottom. At the guest house, the owner said the tap water was good to drink, and it did taste very sweet and good. This scene made me fall in love with Hallstatt, such a beautiful village on the lake. We've now been there twice, and unfortunately a second visit we found doesn't give you the excitement of exploration of a new site, but it is absolutely beautiful. Here are some of the scenes as you walk on the streets of Hallstatt, just seeing beautiful scenery. These scenes were taken from high above Hallstatt on a skywalk. We were headed towards the salt mines. Looking down on the left, I put a red dot there in the town square where some festivities will be taking place. And on the right, viewing to the right, down in the area where our guest house was, about where you see a Y in the street there in that photo. We arrived too early to check into the guest house, so we decided to visit the salt mine first. It begins with a ride up the funicular railway to a restaurant and skywalk that is 1,181 feet above the lake. From this point, there is a significant hike up to the entrance of the mine. The hike is made pleasant by the placement of descriptive markers along the path, telling about the discovery and the history of the site. The claim is made that this salt mine is the oldest salt mine in the world, dating from 7,000 years ago. A whole epoch of humanity was named after this unique place. The Hallstatt era lasted from 800 to 400 BC. More than 1,500 graves with valuable grave goods have been excavated in the valley and near the mine. At the entrance of the mine, we were required to put on coveralls provided, and we were advised that the average temperature in the mine would be 42 degrees. At two places in the mine, we sat down on wooden slides to drop to a lower level. This was part of the reason for the coveralls with the reinforced rear end. On the right, that photo is of the oldest wooden staircase in Europe. It was discovered in this mine. There was also the discovery of the salt man, the remains from prehistoric times. I agree with Rick Steves as he said, the presentation is very low-tech as the mining company sees little reason to invest in the experience when they can simply mine the tourists. Back in the village, we visited the Bone Chapel. This site contains more than 600 painted skulls. Each skull has been named, dated, and decorated. Space was limited in the cemetery, so after 12 years, the bones were unearthed and the skulls and leg bones were placed in this chapel. They stopped this practice in the 1960s, about the same time the Catholic Church began permitting cremation. The last skull is of a woman who died in 1983, her wish being to be placed here. A real surprise for us was that we happened on to the first day of a 3-day musical festival. When we arrived, they were setting up in the village square. The music was boogie woogie. We stopped by after dinner and everyone was having a great time. Our guest house is in the lower part of the village, and a woman told Carnell that it was a good thing as there would be no sleep at night because of this festival. Unfortunately, we scheduled only one night here in Hallstatt. If we had known this was going on, we would have scheduled 1 or 2 more nights. Obersalzberg and the Eagle's Nest were developed by and for Adolf Hitler as one of his headquarters. Eagle's Nest, which is high on the top of the mountain, was given to Hitler on his 50th birthday. Still photos do not capture the beauty of the 360-degree view from the top. We had a hard time finding Eagle's Nest because our Garmin did not recognize the name Eagle's Nest, and it helped us to find a way to the city that is nearby. We were on the wrong side of the city and on the wrong mountain. We stopped a young man and he was able to give us directions to Obersalzberg, and after we got this name, our Garmin was able to find the site. And in this photo, way down on the bottom right, there's a parking lot, and this is also a location of a very nice museum. The bus takes you up to the lower left center where you enter into a tunnel that goes back into the mountain where you find an elevator that takes you up to the top to the Eagle's Nest. And this photo is the tunnel taking you what I thought was deep into the mountain to come to the elevator to go up to the top. Most of the time at the top is spent above the facility and in the beautiful viewpoint area. There are many people up here, but gorgeous 360 degrees view from the mountaintop. The Eagle's Nest facility itself is a modern day restaurant, and on the day that we were there, it was extremely busy. Many people viewing this site. The museum was established over the site of a bunker that was built for a last stand. The extensive tunnel system stretched 3 to 4 kilometers through the mountain. It included what one may find in a first-class hotel: rooms, bathrooms, rugs, chandeliers, upholstered furniture, huge stores of wine, liquor, and chocolate. On the right is the document that has been seen many times. It shows the symbols that were for identifying enemies of Hitler's party. The purple triangle is the fourth column and is labeled as Bible students or Bible researchers. The museum information identified the Bible students as Jehovah's Witnesses. Looking down that column, you may be familiar with the purple triangle. The purple triangle with a bar above it means this is a repeat offender. The triangle with the dot below means that this is a criminal. And the purple triangle overlaid over the Star of David means that this is a Jew converted to Jehovah's Witnesses. These photos are part of the extensive tunnel system in the mountain. An interesting thing learned at the museum was with regard as to why the German people so readily followed Hitler. The defeat in World War I and the Treaty of Versailles were a humiliation for the German people. In national circles, a political savior was yearned for, a leader or Führer who could obliterate this humiliation. There were popular poems and an opera that prophesied that a leader would arise out of the Untersberg, a mountain nearby the Obersalzberg, with his army to save the German people. Hitler placed himself in Obersalzberg evidently to promote himself as that savior. He once said, "Look at the Untersberg over there. It is not just by chance that I have my seat across from it." These photos are a couple of the very large rooms that were in this bunker. Hitler's success depended upon a constant stream of victories or successes. He ignored defeats and would not visit areas that were destroyed. I was amazed that they documented the names of those that they exterminated, and officers sent letters to the headquarters detailing such exterminations, sometimes including photos. There is extensive documentation of how the party acquired property in Obersalzberg in order to build this site. One landowner who would not sell was sent to a concentration camp. Hitler could pay for most things himself because his government required the purchase of his book, Mein Kampf, and as head of state he received royalties for his photo being on the postal stamps. These are more photos of the interior. On the right, we were told that this photo is where some gasoline products were stored in those containers. One could spend hours in this museum reviewing letters, publications, photographs, and various documents generated in years prior to and during the war. Our visit to Hallstatt and the Eagle's Nest were definitely highlights of our tour, and now we're back through Salzburg to Reutlingen.